What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Mariners. I said in the last video that I said in my last video that I was only going to make one video today, but then I realized that I've said multiple times that I have not made a Mariners video in a while, and I need to, so I'm here now, finally, making a Mariners video because we need to. There's some things we got to discuss. Got to talk about the people that we've gotten over the offseason. So, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Mariners and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so, we are 25 games into the MLB season, and we are sitting one game above 500 and leading the AL West by half a game. Now, even though we are first in our division, this has been a sort of rocky start to the year, and a sort of awkward start to the year, if you will. There are some games that, sorry if you heard that, there are some games that we should not have lost. Like, there were a couple games that we choked. Like, we should have swept the Rockies. Run support got him one run, but that's it. And then the bullpen collapsed in the extra innings. Stuff like that. That hurt. We hurt ourselves by doing that. And sometimes it's just, a lot of the time we can't have both sides of the ball working. We can't have defense or offense working at the same time. Usually the offense is working well, and then the defense has an off night, or the defense and the pitching is working well, or the offense is having an off night. Like for example, a balanced game for us would be that the first game of the Rangers series, 1-4-0. Shut them out. Excellent defense, and offense put up 4 runs, which is, you'll take that, especially with the pitching that we have. That's a balanced game for us. But there are games where other teams have scored like 6, 7, 8 runs, and then our offense will score 6, 7, 8 runs, but the pitching won't hold up. And it's just, if we can get both sides of the ball together, we can start putting together a string of games, a string of wins, and try to further ourselves in the division from the Rangers. Because as of right now, we are only battling. Right now, the only team we're really battling for the division is the Rangers. The Astros are in the bottom of the division. The A's are not far behind them. The Angels are still the Angels. So right now it's just the Rangers and us that are battling for the division early on in the season. Now, obviously, it's only 25 games, and we still have over 130 games to go. But still, I don't know if the Astros will pick it up. I'll talk about the standings later. Right, but now I'm going to go into about our injuries, because we do have a few injuries that are kind of the reason why we have been sort of mid recently. First off, Gregory Santos, who is supposed to be huge for us. I mean, he's a great pitcher, and he's a great closer, and we need him. And he's a great bullpen character, and we need him. And he's hurt, and he's on the 60-day IL, and that's gonna hurt a bit. I mean, we have other people like Stanek. We still got Spire. Munoz is still going at it. Munoz did choke against the Rockies. That first Rockies game in the doubleheader, but he did make up for it. In, I think, was it yesterday's game he closed? Yeah, he did make up for it in yesterday's game. So that's okay. But we need, and then JP's hurt. That's massive, because we do need him. Like, he's had a rough start to the season. But he has come in clutch sometimes. He does bring that veteran presence, and he gets his walks still, and he still gets on base for Julio, and we need him. So We need Matt Brash. His fastball is insane, and hopefully he'll be back soon. We need Woo because although like Hancock, he's like inconsistent. One game he'll have a good start, and like this last game, his last start, he only allowed 2 runs. But in another game, he'll get shelled for like 6 or 7 runs. We need Woo back because Woo, he's good, and he'll and we Hancock, he just needs to he needs more time in he needs more time in AA, and then eventually we'll work his way up to AAA before getting more and more starts in Major League. Canzone's out. That's huge because he was our lead before Cal took over. He was our leading home run hitter. Bizardo, he's a good bullpen person. We need him back. I know we got him from the Royals. He's out probably for the season if he has a torn UCL, and the guy's out. I don't even know who he is. So yeah, we're kind of missing some people, especially in the bullpen, and some pit in our fifth starter, and they were missing one of our starters in the lineup. So that's gonna hold us back a bit. Moving on though, let's look at the standings. This is the wild card standings. First, let's look at the regular season standings. So here we are. As you know, we lead the division by half a game. We are the Astros are 7-19 right now, and they have gotten swept. I think they've gotten swept. 4 times already. Let's see. They got swept by the Yankees. I know they just got swept. I know they just got swept by the Cubs. Nah, 4 times, right? No, I'm actually curious. No, they got swept by the Royals. They got swept by the Braves. Yeah, so they got swept 4 times, and they're just not off to a great start to the season. And I mean, a lot of their pitching's hurt, but I'm hoping that obviously I'm not hoping for injuries, but I'm just hoping I'm hoping that they'll have such a bad start to the season that by the time they'll be healthy and get things to figure things out, they won't have time to catch up. So that's why we have to capitalize, and we have to start winning more games early on, and take advantage of this instead of losing games, and especially losing games that we shouldn't. Like Luis Castillo, I don't know what's happening to him. Like even though yesterday he only allowed 2 runs, he was still rocky, and that's kind of concerning because he is. I mean, because now he's no longer seeming to be our ace anymore. It's now looking to be Gilbert or maybe Miller. I know Miller had a rough start on what was it? Not yesterday, the day before, the second game of the Texas series, but offense didn't really give him any help. So, and I'll get into the offense here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, Astros, holy moly. It's White Sox, man. They are not having a good time right now. But yeah, no, Astros are 7-19. This is one of the worst. This is the worst I've seen them in a minute, and I'm hoping they can keep up. They've lost 5 straight, and I'm hoping they can keep this up. Let's keep up this losing streak. They play Colorado next, so they're probably going to win some of those games because Colorado is also not good. They're also 7-19, so it's going to be a series between 2 bottom feeders right now. So we'll see how things go. Moving on to the wild card standings, if the playoffs started today, we would win the division, but we would not receive a bye because we have the 3rd best record out of the 3. So yeah, the top 2 division winners in each league will receive byes to the division series. The other 4 teams in each league will play best of 3 series in the wild card round, with the higher seeding hosting all 3 games. So, yeah, that's we want we want to win a division, and obviously we want to be one of the top 2 teams. It's still early in the season. I wouldn't worry about it at all, but right now we need to figure out how to fix what's going on. I guess we gotta wait till pitcher like some of our people come back too. But yeah, awkward start to the season so far, and I'll explain more into why because of our stats. So right now this is our hitting. Our hitting, we are ranked 20. Where are we? That's home runs. 20th in home runs, though, is not good. We are 23rd in batting average. Not good. On base percentage, we are 22nd. Not good. Slugging, 24th. Not good. OPS, 25th. Like, our offense is still struggling and it's still not as good. It's not as good as we were hoping it to be entering this season. We were hoping for it to at least be average starting out, maybe top 10. Maybe not top 10, but like average, you know? Not in the 20s, like always. Let me see. Strikeouts. Let's see where we are strikeouts. Okay, we are tied at second in strikeouts. See, like, we are still struggling. We're still one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to strikeouts. And we really need to do something about this because, like, I thought that the additions that we had last year or in this offseason were going to help. Like Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver has had a horrible start to the season so far. I thought he was going to, help with the strikeout rates. Other people like Josh Rojas, he's had a solid start to the season. Julio, he had a rough start to the season, but he's starting to pick it up. Like I said, JP, he's had a iffy start to the season. Cal Raleigh, he has had a monstrous start to the season. 6 home runs. Owns Toronto still. Batting, I think, like 270 something. Like, he's having a really, really good season start of the season so far. And Luke Raley, he's not really been productive for us. Clase, I like Clase. I really, really like Clase. And he's only 21, and I like his potential. I like his looks. I believe he can be great for us one day. I think he'll be our left fielder at some point in the near future. I like him, and he's very fast. He's like a Corbin Carroll type player. He's small but very, very quick. I mean, he almost had an inside the ballpark home run. He almost had an inside the ballpark grand slam. That's insane. Like, that's because of how fast he is. Missed by a hair though. That was really, really close. But yeah, we've had some people step up. Like I said, Julio, he's had some huge moments. Clase's had a couple huge moments. Rojas has had a couple huge moments. Raleigh's had a couple huge moments. But other than that, other people, Jorge Polanco has been really inconsistent. He's had a couple huge moments, but there are games where he doesn't do anything at all. Like I said, yeah, we got to figure this out because this isn't good. Sebi Zavala, he had that one game where he had like 3 hits, and then he hasn't done anything since. But yeah, we got to figure this out because this is we need our offense to support our defense here. And speaking of defense, let's move on to our pitching stats. As always, we were always top 10 in pitching. We were top 10 in top 10 in ERA, 6th in the league in ERA. Notice how the top 6 teams and that lead the league in ERA. Notice how they are in the AL. AL is the pitching league right now. But yeah, I mean, we've struggled a little bit allowing home runs. We're tied at 8th in allowing home runs. We've already allowed 28 home runs. Castillo's allowed a lot of home runs. I know Miller's allowed some home runs. We got to work on that. That's not good. We can't be allowing home runs, especially with people on base. Got to work on that. So we are still. How many hit it? We've hit 11 batters already. That's not good. So we're 12th in the league in hit batters. we got to work on that. We were better in the league. We were the first in the league last year in that. Walks. So we're always really good in walks. We're always like number 1 in walks, top 3 in walks allowed. So we're always good in walks allowed. Strikeouts. Yeah, we haven't really been striking out as many people as we were last year. We're tied at 12th. We usually get people out by flyouts, groundouts, lineouts, foulouts, stuff like that. Whip, though, we're usually pretty good. Yeah, I'm about to say, we're usually always leading the league in whip allowed. In batting average allowed, we're usually top 5. Yeah, top 5. So our defense is still, always insane. Earned runs, top 5 in earned runs. Like, we need our offense to keep supporting our defense, because we cannot keep not capitalizing on our defense. Like, we have to get runs on the board. So hopefully, maybe we'll make a trade later on in the season, but our offense has shown flashes of what it can be, but we gotta continue getting at it. Gotta get better. So we've had a couple shutouts. There's a few shutouts this season. We're tied at 5 in shutouts. But yeah, like I said, awkward start to the season. Really good pitching as always, but of course the offense failing to capitalize on the good pitching. So hopefully we can keep it up. We play the Diamondbacks today at 6:40 my time. Speaking of which, as you know, I am an intern at the Diamondbacks, and this is huge for me. I have no idea. This is like, I don't know who to root for. Plus, I live here, so I also root for the Diamondbacks as my second team. So this is kind of like a rough series to root for. I'm glad it's early and we get it out the way instead of later in the season when playoff implications are on the line. But still, it's just So, but I'm a Mariners fan first, so I think we should be able to pull out today's game. But Gallen is on the mound, and he is a nasty pitcher, so he's looking to be a Cy Young candidate in the NL. So, don't be surprised if he limits us to 1 or 2 runs today, because he is nasty. He is a great pitcher, an elite pitcher. So, but the rest of their pitching is hurt. I know they have Montgomery back, but he just pitched, so we won't face him. Fod, he's had a sort of inconsistent start to the season. I don't know if we're going to face Ryan Nelson. I think he might have pitched before Montgomery, so I don't think we're going to face him. Merrill Kelly's out. That's their second starter. He's out for at least a month with a shoulder injury. And then, of course, they're missing Eduardo Rodriguez. They're missing two good pitchers in their lineup, and that's going to hurt them a bit. So don't be surprised if we do lose today, because the D-backs, they were just in the World Series last year, and they want to start off strong. But the thing is they always make a run at the later in the season, like we do. The Mariners and the D-backs are very similar teams in that kind of aspect, where they usually wait until later in the season to make like these pushes. So yeah, we got this series coming up today, starting at 6:40. It isn't here. I would be working the games here if they were playing here, and I'd be watching the games. I'd be watching all 3 games, but unfortunately they are playing in Seattle, so I can't see them. But that's great for you guys in Seattle, because you get to see. You guys are on the road. We were on the road, so you guys get to come back home for a bit. So at least there's that. But hopefully we can take the series, and the Rangers can keep losing. Let's take a look at who the Rangers are going to face coming up. Also, I'll take a look at our schedule coming up as well before I end the video. So, They play the Reds next, and the Reds, they just they swept the Angels not long ago, but I think they just lost I think they lost a series to the Phillies though. So I think they're going to be looking to bounce back against the Rangers, and they play the the Rangers play the Reds starting today at 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, which would be 5:05 p.m. my time. So they play the Reds and they play the Nationals, and then Nationals have had they're like below mid. They're not bad, but they're not horrible, but they're not good, you know. They're just slightly below mid, and they face the Royals. The Royals are good this season, and the A's, they're kind of like iffy because they could win a game against I know they took a game against the Yanks, the Rockies, Guardians, Angels. So they have a mixture of bad teams and good teams in their schedule versus us. Let's go look at our schedule for the next few series. So we got Hancock on the mound today, which, oof, we'll see how that goes. That's a huge question mark for us. So why are they gonna? Very huge question mark. So let's take a look at the schedule though. So obviously we play the D-backs. So we play the D-backs, and then we play the Braves afterward. And that's gonna be oof. Braves are good, so that's gonna be a tough series. And we play that. Then we have our first series against the Astros. We play in Houston, and must-win series there. As you know, I hate the Astros, and every series you play against them, I hate the Astros, but I respect them. You know, I respect the Astros because I don't respect 2017. I do respect 2022. I do respect 2022. I respect them for the past few seasons because they have put together some pretty good teams, really, really great pitching. I'm sorry, Astros fans, but 2017 I do not count. A lot of people do not count that. Banging on trash cans, no. If you want to have issues with me, by all means, that's fine. But I do not really like the Astros, but I do respect them for the past few years at least, because at least they didn't need to cheat to win their second World Series with Dusty Baker. So, but yeah, Astros and the Twins, A's, Royals. So we had a mixture of good and bad teams also. So, yeah, that's what's been going on with the Mariners. Our off-season additions, some of them have been well, some of them haven't been well. Like I said, Jorge, he's been inconsistent. Mitch Garver hasn't really had a good season so far. Like I said, Mitch has been pretty good. Oh yeah, Mitch has had a pretty good season so far too. Actually, I forgot about him. Mitch Haniger, by the way. Mitch Haniger, he's had a pretty good start to the season. I think he's batting 270 right now or something like that. He's had a pretty good start. He's batted in. He's been clutch for us. So yeah, so I know Julio, Haniger, Raleigh, Rojas, even Clase have had some clutch moments for us. So at least we've had some people that can step up, which is nice. But but I think that's all I have for this video. I will probably make another Mariners video checking on them, maybe in the next 10 to 15 games or so, seeing how things go as we get people back. And then I will make another Seahawks video in the next couple of days regarding today's draft, day 2, and then tomorrow, day 3, and then just recapping on who we get. So stay tuned for that. And then, like I said, the end of the semester is almost here, with finals around the corner. So in the next couple weeks, I'll have more time. I'll still have my internship, but I'll have more time to make videos, as I'll be out of school. So stay tuned for those videos as well. And if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Mariners and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day, and go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.